All right, TGIF Friday. First of all, happy Valentine's Day. Secondly, we will be closed on Monday for the observation of Washington's birthday. Let's start with the big news yesterday, the resignation of Andrea Kirsten from COPA. The reality is this: the Community Commission, we know, took a vote to recommend her for termination hearing at the City Council. She knew her days were numbered, so she left before having to face that termination and absolutely was not going to have her contract renewed at the very least, or at least not approved. But nonetheless, she is gone. We shall see what the next administrator brings. There is going to be draft language introduced at City Council next week about a change to the COPA ordinance. But I want to be clear about the Andrea Kirsten resignation. I want to give a shout out. This lodge recruited 8 officers originally who were targeted by COPA, Andrea Kirsten, and her investigators. The board of directors finally decided that enough was enough and we were going to do something about it on a level that this lodge had never done before, and filed a lawsuit on behalf of those officers against Andrea Kirsten, the city of Chicago, and others. That got this ball rolling. It really did. It triggered a series of events. It definitely put the Inspector General's investigation in high gear, and at that point we had been at least speaking to the Community Commission on several different occasions about our concerns and issues with the COPA discipline recommendations specifically. So all of that was just in limbo until that lawsuit was filed. Then the whistleblowers came out, the retaliatory firings of those whistleblowers, and the dominoes started to fall. None of that would have been possible without the diligent record keeping and discipline kind of matrix and record keeping that Dan Gorman put together as the second vice president and chairman of the grievance committee. For years, going all the way back to the Mike Shields administration, Danny has been a champion for discipline for our members, and I think in the last several years specifically, they have seen that firsthand, and it has resulted in a couple different changes. We have a new state's attorney. We are going to have a new administrator of COPA, which will not be decided by the mayor, FYI. The Community Commission does a talent search. The mayor only gets to weigh in on his thoughts. The City Council gets to vote on the recommendations that the Community Commission tenders to the City Council. So that should be a little more fair and equal kind of decision at that level. Let's see, one more thing. We did receive a favorable arbitration award when it came to the rehire program. Just still trying to work out a couple little details with management and labor affairs about clarity of the language going forward for that group of officers. If you fall into that category, by this time next week, we should have a very clear understanding that we'll email to all the rehire officers going forward. Everybody have a safe weekend.